Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Should You Pull video for you guys today, and we're going to be talking about the two units that will be replacing Euphine and Charlotte on the 28th of April, which also has a lot of new events and patches coming through because the Awaken update is coming on that day. For example, we have the Hunt characters Sigrid, Vivian, and Sermia. You get to choose one for free. If you guys want to check out which one I recommend, check out my last video. And also currently running, we have the Triple Banner Limited Summon. This is also a very, very good event. If you guys are curious on what I recommend, you guys should check out some other videos on my channel. I've made like 3 or 4 about this topic. But make sure to check out the latest one to get the most accurate data. So that being said, I'm going to talk about Tamarinne and Kayron, who is replacing Euphine and Charlotte respectively. But before we get started guys, if you guys aren't participating in my giveaway already, I recommend checking it out on Instagram. We have the draw ending on the 26th of April in Pacific time, and I will be notifying the winners directly through Instagram or Discord if they won, and you want to make sure you participate because it's really easy and it's just free rewards if you get lucky. And there's not a lot of participants guys, so you have a pretty good chance of winning, better than other giveaways. That being said, let's get started with the video. So yes, we have Tamarinne. So Tamarinne, very, very OP PvE unit. There's no, sugarcoating it. She's not that used in PvP though. The thing is, a lot of people did not expect her banner to be announced because of the triple limited banner, but some people also expected Tamarinne to run right after the triple banner ends, after people already pulled for Tamarinne, because Smilegate likes to do that stuff where, they have a limited event and then they have Tamarinne right after. But Tamarinne is going to be out on the 28th, so if you guys have not chosen your triple banner units yet, which I recommended not doing until you have a lot of bookmarks saved up, then you can just save your pick for Tamarinne, use it on someone else, because Tamarinne was the #1 contender for that triple banner. Tamarinne super broken in PvE. You can pretty much use her everywhere except Wyvern, and honestly you could probably make her work in Wyvern, and she is going to be the best soul weaver in the game for PvE content. That being said, why is she so good? Let's go over her skills real quick. If you guys already know what her skills does, you guys can skip ahead, but for newer players who aren't exactly sure what she does or not so sure why people say she's OP, make sure you guys listen carefully because her skills are really, really cracked. So her S3 is a skill that starts on cooldown, and when you use a skill, you will actually reduce the cooldown by an extra turn. So this makes it very important to Molagora or skill enhance to +1, because by making it 8 turns instead of 9, an even amount of turns instead of 9, you're shaving off a full turn cooldown, whereas if you keep it at 9 turns, you're going to have to do 5 turns of skills instead of 4 by Molagoring it. And this skill will dispel all debuffs on your allies, give yourself max HP on Tamarinne, and you get an extra turn, and you also get a buff called Idle. Now this buff is really good because it will empower your skills. It only lasts for 3 turns though. So her S2 in normal form is just an AoE heal. In idle form, it's an AoE heal that will attack buff everyone, CR push everyone by 30%, going up to 50% if you max it out. It's just a crazy skill, right? You have heal, AoE attack buff, and AoE CR push. Very powerful. Next we have her S1. In basic form, she's going to just heal an ally with the lowest HP, and that heal will also increase proportional to the ally's max HP, so it's not that great. You're going to notice with her S2, when you heal with her S2, it will recover allies' HP proportional to the casters. So Tamarinne usually will stack a lot of HP while DPS won't, so her S1's healing is really, really bad. Don't rely on it too much. But in idle form, this is a crazy skill. It's an AoE attack that will strip all buffs. Very good in like A13, the stripped Berserk. Very good in Hell Queen, the stripped, greater attack buff, greater defense buff. And also triggers a dual attack from the ally with the highest attack. Very powerful skill. So when using this on manual, guys, you want to make sure you target the right enemy, because even though it's an AoE attack, the unit you target will actually trigger the dual attack from the ally with the highest attack. So yeah, Tamarinne, very, very strong unit. You're going to notice that she has a full cleanse. She is very tanky because she can cleanse herself to full HP, and if you're in the front line, you can tank a lot and then get her S3 up and then full heal. And then her S2 is really good because she has an AoE heal, she has an AoE attack buff, AoE CR push. S1 has a dual attack from the ally with the highest attack, so you're going to be doing a lot of damage if Tamarinne is really fast. Also is a AoE strip. So Tamarinne, I say this all the time, very powerful. Her kit is just super, super, super overloaded. You can basically have her on the crappiest gear. Compared to another soul weaver with very, very good gear, she'll be very strong. You don't even need to have her in the front line, guys. You can have her on the side and have a very tanky knight in front, and she's very, very, very strong. Like I said, you can take her everywhere. Very, very recommended. This is pretty much a must pull. I think she's worth it more than any single limited or collab unit in the game, especially for newer players, because she will just carry you in all of PvE content. You can basically use her everywhere, and she's best in slot healer / soul weaver for a lot of content. So you really, really want to make sure you want to pull her. She's also very low investment. You can keep her at 5 stars, fully awakened, and not even 6-star her if you don't want to use her as a tank. You can pretty much just pull her and then slot her into your team right away. You don't even need to mull anything besides your S3 technically to make her work. Just a very powerful unit, and I definitely recommend pulling for her. The only downside to her though, guys, is she's not used in PvP. Although you can use her in one team comp, actually, you can use her with Isaria and use like an Isaria Tamarinne cleave. I'm not going to go into specifics about it, so she does have some use, one use I guess, that's very niche, but it's not that great in my opinion. It definitely has fallen off in current times. Tamarinne definitely recommended, guys. You definitely want to pull for her. She's very easy to build. Just slap her on a speed set. And for artifact, guys, you can put her on Idol's Cheer. If you want to put her in the front, you can put her on Magara's Tome, which I recommend because she can cycle faster. Wonders Potion Vial is good as well because her cleansing is on a long cooldown on S3. And then she's going to be a very, very good unit for your team. Make sure you pull her, guys. She's coming out on the 28th. Just one of the best, actually the best PvE unit in the game by far. And now we have Kayron. So, wow, there's so much to say about Kayron. Not because he's good. He's actually very bad. But because he used to be very, very good. Let's just talk about where he's good in right now. So, in PvE, you're only going to use him as an AoE DPSer. I actually used him at the start of the game in Hell Raid, and he was not that bad. But mostly, you're going to be using him in Earth Expedition, and even there, he's not the best unit, but he's still okay. He's a very powerful unit for Earth Expo. PvP, so his kit was made for PvP, guys, but yeah, he's just not good anymore. He used to be known as the Fire RB because you'll notice that he has a S2 similar to RB, a little bit different. But the thing is, he's just fallen out of the meta because his main thing is that he gets immortality buff and he can't be killed, and he does more damage when he's lower. But the thing is, there's a lot of unbuffables, a lot of strips in the game, just makes him very, very easy to deal with. I think the easiest way to make him good again is make the immortal like maybe unstrippable, but then maybe that would be a bit too OP. But I don't think so, because you can actually just see him anyways. But once you strip that immortal, he's just dead. He gets countered by anything with counter, because his S1's AoE. Gets countered by Ram, SSB, anything with unbuffable, anything with a strip, anything that can stun him, anything that can blind him, anything that can decrease attack him. Just a very, very not good unit at the moment for PvP. PvE, like I said, one use is Earth Expedition. I actually use him on my Earth Expedition team, just because I have him built from a long time ago, and I don't want to waste the Molagora I invested into him. Which, by the way, I think Smilegate should have an option to refund Molagora on units every month or so, just because, maybe like one unit a month, because, you know, a lot of unit gets pushed out of the meta, and you just waste all your resources, so just not fun. Yeah, not that great anymore. Definitely an easy skip. I'll go over his skills for you guys in case you guys want to know what he does. He's a pretty cool unit, actually. Pretty fun to use as well in PvP, but it's just not that good. S3 is an attack that single target. He'll also increase attack for himself, and when you kill an enemy, you'll extend the duration of buffs, and this does more damage the lower you are. And this is very, very good because his S2 is immortality, so if you actually proc your immortality and then S3, you're actually going to be able to, you know, extend that immortality buff even longer. Very, very strong. Next, yeah, S2 is immortality. Basically, when you are lethal damage, or when you're supposed to be killed, you'll proc your immortality and not die. And on your own turn and your buff, your S1 becomes an AoE attack, but will not trigger dual attacks. Basically, it's like a Tryndamere ulti from League of Legends if you guys play that game. S1 is a AoE attack, single target if you're not buffed, but you're going to be buffed with immortality or attack buff most of the time. And this does a lot of damage. It scales with the damage that you've taken. And if you soul burn this will do a lot. This will one-shot like pretty much any squishy in the game. Same with S3. So yeah, basically the Tryndamere from League of Legends, if you guys play that game for Epic 7, the lower he is, the more damage he does, and he has immortality. Pretty cool. Exclusive equipment, guys. So there's a lot of ways you can use this. All of them are pretty good, actually. I think this is one of the few units where they're all pretty good. First off, the stat you get, crit chance, is very nice because crit chance is one of the most annoying stats to get. S3 is going to have a damage increase and also a silence. Damage increase is nice to guarantee that you get that extra turn on the immortality. The silence is very nice if you build him on a super speedy fast build, which people actually do sometimes, because you'll see he has the fastest speed in the game at 129, which is weird because usually people build him on 0 speed, full damage, like counter immunity set. But you can also build him as like a speedy contester with the silence. Very interesting, right? But most people don't do it anymore. I think actually, if you see a Kayron in PvP, maybe more people do that than the normal build because it catches people off guard. Then next you have his S1 doing more damage. It's kind of like the cleanup ability. I don't really like this over the S3 one because you kind of have to guarantee that you get the S3 kill. So yeah, that being said, Kayron, easy skip. PvP, not used anymore. Used to be very good. You can make him work technically if you want to use him in like guild wars and stuff like that, in like very niche situations, but he's definitely not reliable. PvE, he is only used in Earth Expedition, very easily replaceable there. Honestly, with the addition of Bomb Model Kana and connections, you just don't need him in PvE because Bomb Model Kana is better than him for raid and better than him for Earth Expedition where he's used in. So yeah, easy skip, guys. Save your bookmarks for that triple banner, and make sure you pull for Tamarinne though, because she is a very good unit. Now let's talk about the artifacts. So let's keep this nice and quick, guys. This video is getting a bit long. So we have Tamarinne's artifact, Idol's Cheer. Basically, when you are attacked, when you have this equipped, you will increase the CR of the ally with the highest attack by 20%. Now you can use this on like Angelica on your front line for Wyvern. It's very good. Honestly, if you're running that Angelica Mui, Alexa, Sigurd team or whatever, and you have your Angelica and Idol's Cheer, your DPS will get super CR pushed. Honestly, you don't need it though because the Mui does enough, but it is a good option. Most of the time in PvP though, you'll see this on units like Rowana, very good. You can use this on like Maid Chloe. It is a very solid artifact because it can catch a lot of people off guard, because if you run this on your Soul Weaver and the enemy tries to speed tune their team to like cleave you in arena, it can really mess them up. So it's a very good artifact. Is this worth buying with your powder though, guys? So honestly, if you have a lot of powder saved up, I think it might be worth it. Just because having one copy is really nice, because later on in adventure mode for PvP, you can even run this on your Rowana in adventure episode 3 and episode 4, and it's very good. But honestly, it's not like a must-have because there's a lot of good Soul Weaver artifacts. For me, I like using this a lot, so I think it is a very good investment. But if you are running low on powder, guys, and you guys are scared that you won't have enough for other good banners in the future, then it is fine skipping. It's not a must-have. I just like having it, and I would personally recommend it for buying. And now we have Kayron's artifact, Shepherd of the Hollow, which is actually not really good on Kayron, but you're going to see that it is like Moonlight Dreamblade, a 4-star artifact, because it gives you flat evasion. And you're going to see your damage dealt increases when you're attacking as your health decreases, up to a maximum of 24% at max limit break. So honestly, I think this is a better version of Moonlight Dreamblade because, one, Violet doesn't really need the attack buff because when you S2, you're going to be wasting that attack buff anyways after your turn unless you're countering. And then Violet will use this artifact a lot better than other evasion artifacts because it just gives him more flat damage. So if you like using Violet or Remnant Violet or even like Tempest Surin, you might want to consider buying this because it is a very powerful artifact for those units. Any unit that wants to use Moonlight Dreamblade can use Shepherd of the Hollow, and in a lot of situations it will be better. So if you like using evasion units, then this is a very good artifact to use. Besides those units, guys, if you don't like using them, this is an easy skip because those units are mostly for PvP. You might want to save your powder because if you are newer to the game, you are not going to be using those units in PvE anytime soon, and you probably won't be using them in PvP either for a long time, so you might just get this randomly later on. Although if you do get this, you do want to max it out if you can. That being said, guys, I think this artifact's an easy skip for newer players, but for players that like using evasion units, it is a very good artifact. Idol's Cheer, guys, if you like to use a lot of Soul Weavers in PvP, it is a very good option as well. Otherwise, you shouldn't feel too bad about missing out on it. That being said, guys, that pretty much is it for this Should You Pull video, guys. If you guys are not already participating in my Instagram giveaway, like I said, make sure you guys participate. I really want more people to participate because I want to give back to you guys. And if there's a lot of interest in these giveaways, I'll be doing more of these giveaways for holidays and for also new events coming out for Epic 7, like huge events, just because, I want to return the love that you guys have shown me, because without my YouTube channel, guys, it would have been a lot harder for me to do as well as I'm doing in school and be able to live on my own. So that being said, thanks for watching, guys, and I appreciate the support. I'll be back with another video soon. Have a good week. Peace.